Thomas Wyatt's poem, They Flee From Me, expresses the speaker's sorrow over his fall from favor, as the women who once eagerly sought him in his chamber now appear to flee from him. The poem is often thought to connect to Wyatt's own life. Wyatt was rumored to have had an affair with Anne Boleyn, one of Henry VIII's wives. Beyond this personal link, the poem captures a universal sense of confusion, regret, and bitterness that often accompanies the end of a relationship. In the first stanza, the speaker describes a time when women who he compares to gentle, tame creatures would come to him eagerly, sometimes with bare feet, silently entering his chamber. These women used to approach him with meekness and even risking vulnerability to get close to him. This is symbolized by taking bread at his hand. However, that time has passed. Now these same women have become wild and elusive, no longer loyal or affectionate. They roam freely, changing their interests and companions in what he describes as continual change. The speaker seems to lament this shift, feeling abandoned and perplexed by the inconsistency and volatility in the behavior of those who once sought him out with such sincerity. The second stanza is a particularly intimate and cherished encounter with one woman. He recalls a specific instance in which this woman approached him in thin array, her gown slipping from her shoulders. She embraced him, holding him in her arms, long and small, and kissed him sweetly, asking, "Dear heart, how like you're this?" This moment of intimacy was clearly meaningful and memorable for the speaker. The encounter was real, he insists, not a dream. He was broad waking when it occurred. The memory reflects both the speaker's sense of pleasure and admiration for the woman's beauty and affection, as well as his sadness over the fact that such affection is now gone. This encounter represents an idealized past where affection was openly reciprocated and where he felt genuinely desired and valued. In the third stanza, the tone shifts to one of bitterness and regret. Despite his gentleness, possibly his kindness, loyalty, or patience, all of that former affection has transformed into something distant and cold, a strange fashion for forsaking. The woman who once showed him tenderness has now abandoned him, leaving him feeling betrayed. He remarks that she has granted him leave to go, implying that she has ended their relationship out of her own accord. She now engages in newfangledness or the pursuit of novelty and new experiences with no loyalty or regard for the past. The speaker feels this abandonment keenly and resents her changeable nature, hinting that her fickleness and pursuit of novelty are unkind. He ends with a bitter twist, noting that since he has been so kindly served by her abandonment, he would like to know what fate she deserves in return. The poem reflects themes of love, desire, betrayal, and the impermanence of relationships. Wyatt uses the imagery of animals to convey a sense of both the vulnerability and the wildness in human affections, suggesting that love, once given and returned freely, can just as easily grow predictable and elusive. The poem conveys a personal sense of hurt, with the speaker feeling deceived and wounded by the inconstancy of a lover which once seemed committed and caring. In his portrayal of her newfangledness, he criticizes the shallowness of those who abandon loyalty for novelty, underscoring a tension between genuine affection and the desire for constant excitement.